Just primed up that back door, bogged him up. Just had a drink and a bit of a rest. Walk into the shed, and what do we find? Why are you going back behind there? I don't touch these things. Kyle and Dad does, but you know, I just leave them be. But I gotta get him out. Absolutely scared the shit out of me as I walked out. You gonna come out, buddy? No, you're gonna go, oh no. What are you doing? Maybe if I open up the door, he'll come out. No, I'm scaring him in more. Besides having the shit scared out of me, that's all bogged, and I blocked back the top half. It looks all good. I refilled through here, so I'll sand that down and get it ready for paint, but really wasn't the intro to the video that I wanted. Buddy, can you come on out? I don't know if it's the same one from the last video, but could be. And there he goes, we're out of the shed now. He can go into Kyle's shed. It's either the same one from the previous episode or their mate, because sleepy lizards are monogamous, unlike some people. But they have one life partner, so yeah, if there's one, there's normally a second one hanging around. So he's well and truly on his way up the wall, apparently. Maybe not. There you go. See you, bud. See you next time. Thanks for scaring the shit out of me. Oh, is he gonna go in the back shed? Don't go under there. Good. Keep going. See, mate. You can hang out under there. Lake's oil, though. Fuck off, fly. And with that, hello and welcome to the channel. Now that we've removed a reptile from the shed and he's scared the shit out of me, let's go do some work. Alright, so I'm doing everyone's favourite job, paint stripping. While I'm doing this, I'm just cleaning up the hinges ready for paint. Hello, Naki. I'll give you a pat in a second. You know, they're not perfect. I haven't tried feathering out edges, but just general clean-up so paint will stick to them. They did look like this, and now they look like this. That one's got a bit of grit on there. All I'm using is a bit of Jif and red Scotch Brite. And I like to do something while I'm paint stripping, because I, like most people, put the paint stripper on, it's been on for 5 minutes, and then you're trying to scrape it off and it hasn't fully bit in. So yeah, that's why I'm just doing this, just sitting here watching it, because then I can not rush this process and create more work for myself when when the paint's still on like this and I've got to whiz it all back. So yeah, this one's, as you can see, it's got a bit of filler there. Don't know how it will come up, but I guess we'll see. So I'm gonna keep rubbing these back, probably give the cat a pat because she keeps whining at me, and yeah, get this ready to go. All right, I hope you can hear me over the rain. I was gonna get the cat's running off because of the rain. I was going to get the doors prepped and painted, but as you can hear, we've got rain, so I'll strip this back, started making up the plate. As you can see, we've got a bit of rust here in the guard. take a moment to appreciate the, you know, the welding wire and overlap plate that's welded in there. So with this plate, just drew up this. Don't go off that line's wrong. Just drew that. Added 34 mil here, plus another mil for the roll. Got 10 mil for here. I did this fold and this fold in the pan brake, and then I shrunk it with the shrinker stretcher. What have I got? 1, 2, 3. And then that went into place. I did have to do a little bit of wheeling through there. Now I have to make up the bit for here. So I'll go get some hammers and shape it for this part. Alright, the plate's all ready to go in. I thought I'd run through this one more time because I've already talked about it before, but I've had a couple of messages about how I do this so it doesn't kick out. Pretty much I run this piece of RHS here, and it's obviously clamped in to hold it into place. This will stop this part from wanting to go like that when I weld it in. And also, because it's an added bit of metal here, some of the heat will transfer into this instead of into the panel. So I'm going to leave that there while I'm welding it in. Obviously, I'll have to move it probably further up or further down so that I can weld that pass in. But for starters, I'll get it tacked in a couple of spots, and then I'll check it in the car. It is rocking a little bit through here, so I'm gonna have to tap it a bit here after I get it tacked in. So yeah, this one's all ready to go. It's come up really well. Bit of hindsight, I kind of wish I did the hole lower. I mean, that much more isn't, you know, wouldn't have been that much difficult to do, but you live and learn. I'm still happy with it, so let's get it welded in. Just went out into the paddock to grab one of these so I can put it on the car so I can gap up that guard now that it's tacked in. And guess who I ran into? Never believe who. Bloody old mate right here. It's been a week since I seen him last. Come on out. Hey. Why's your head so dirty? He's got... all looks like dirt on the top of his head. It's been a good week since I seen him. She's bloody humid today, so he'd be out catching some rice. Ah, good on him. Should name him, seeing as this is the second episode he's been in. He's going to be more famous than me soon. Oh well, leave him be. Digging into the bonnet now, and when I say digging in, I really mean it. This came from the same car that the back seat came from, brother helping me with the restoration there. And if you've seen the back seat video, you would know that that was riddled with mice and mice nests, much like this bonnet. They've found their way into every crevice in this car. This might be a controversial subject for some people, especially the ones who don't like water going in panels, but my personal opinion is that water is always going to get in the panel. You just have to make it so that it can come out. Another reason I'm irrigating this panel is the amount of mice nests in there. I really didn't want to start welding in there with all that hay and other debris that could catch fire. Saying that though, it means I could have got a better bonnet, but this one I managed to clean all the debris out. Should be safe for welding. And next time it gets water in it, water can freely flow out. Alrighty, we've almost got this one finished up. That'll do me for tonight. Nothing too excessive, so I didn't bother filming it. This one on the other hand, although hopefully you'll never see this, I'll still film it, just, you know, because we'll be using the English wheel for this part and using the pan brake for that. Old mate who I got the car from cut this out so that he could use it to repair his wheel arch. Don't ask me why, they're two completely different, you know, shapes. But yeah, oh well, get to learn a different skill. Another thing, one thing I like to do is, obviously this one I can do a tack and a tack, but this one probably a bit big for two tacks. So what I like to do is just do a tack, drag it over a bee's dick, if you know what a bee's dick looks like. All right, enough about bee's dicks before you start getting concerned for me. This is my second time using the slip roller. I'm still very much a novice when using it. I started off with this repair by cutting out my plate first and then putting it up against the bonnet so I could mark out where the curve would peak and I'd need to fold it in the pan brake. Then I started making my curve with the English wheel. I could only get so much of the curve out of it with the English wheel, even with changing dies and getting help from the brother. I then put it in the slip roller and then folded it over that, which gave me a lot more of the curve that I needed. After that, I put it through the pan brake, which worked against me in some way. It gave me that other fold, but then it took some of the curve away, so I had to go back through the process with the English wheel and the slip roller to get the curve that I needed. A little bit of help there from the brother. It's always appreciated. Now here I am just knocking the top off the welds. For this I'm just using the grinding stone and the flap disc. I normally go over it after that with the Rolock and then 60 grit with the DA, but with the amount of repairs that are needed after welding this bonnet up, I decided to hold off with them until we've finished all the dent fixing, which you'll see coming up shortly. This bonnet was not fun to weld at all. I think in one pass I did about 3 tacks and it started tin canning. So yeah, that's a bit of insight if you have to do a rust repair on a bonnet. Here we've got the brother shrinking with the butane torch, or quenching if you want to call it that. This would have been a really good learning experience for me, but after the rust repairs that I did on this and not wanting to buy another bonnet, I let him take care of it. So I have to go in here to get paint, but I have a friend. Excuse me. This is the one that Kyle pulled out the other day. She is quite fiery. I know she's a she because she's got a bigger body and a smaller head. But she could be full of babies right now, that's why she's so feisty. Excuse me. Just gonna open this door. Yeah. You don't care, do you? I'm just gonna leave you alone. Go and mix up my paint. Now that that's dealt with, let's paint. got 2 coats of base on. Now as you can see, I've got a dust there. So what I'm going to do is grab a tack cloth and wipe that off, because I don't want to do my 3rd and final coat of base and then have that under it. So this is just one of the you know, unfortunate things about painting in a shed. So you know, you've got overspray and all that residue is going to land on here. So go and grab a tack cloth and get all this shit off so I can do me final coat of base coat. But you know, she's good enough for the girls we date. Look at that, brand new one. Look out. Probably not down on this side, probably on the other top half of it. Up here too. And you can just see it, that side too. It's always good to give them a bit of a clean in between coats. Alright, time for the last coat of colour. Alrighty, last coat, hammer time. We're going to pull it back and slow it down. And you guys will see how good of an opening batsman I'll be, because I'm about to get a whole bunch of runs. Hopefully not. didn't I? Let's see if we can run it out. Come on. Kind of jinxed myself there, but as they say, if you're going to get a run, you're going to get it in the last coat, and they're not wrong. Also, I should be painting the bonnet right now in this part of the video, but we have just been absolutely hammered with shit weather and, you know, humidity, and it's really put a dampener on things for now. So if you want to see me paint the bonnet, let me know in the comments. If not, we'll be doing something else in the next video. But yeah, that's about it for now. Also, you would have seen with painting the doors at the start of that, we had to rub it in between coats. I was mixing at a 50-50 ratio, so 300 mils paint, 300 mils thinners, but I have now wound it down to 250 paint and 350 of thinners, and with the last coats of paint I go to about 200 paint and then 400 in thinners. And I've also been doing the same with the clear. It's been coming up a lot nicer and less dry. So yeah, that's just something that I've had to be mindful of as the days are getting hotter. But that being said, the guard come up really well. I did jinx myself and say that I was going to get a run, and of course I got a run. But you know, that happens. Everyone's going to mess up from time to time, and today was my day apparently. Also, I'd like to say a big thank you to everyone who's subscribed or liked or commented on the videos. It really means a lot. I didn't think I'd get this kind of response with my videos, and I'm looking at almost 500 subscribers now, and you know, I don't even know that many people, so that's just, you know, it's blown my mind. And you know, it continually grows, and you know, if you're not subscribed, subscribe to the channel. I'd really appreciate it. Also, saying that, a lot of you guys have been commenting and telling me about your builds. I've actually made a group on Facebook dedicated to blokes like you and girls like you that are building cars in their shed, just like I am. So if you want to jump on Facebook and look up Shed Built Cars, it should be up here if I'm good at my editing skills. Jump on there, join the group, post up your pictures of your videos of your current builds and the progression of them. I like hearing from you guys and your builds, but unfortunately YouTube doesn't allow you to comment pictures, so I can't see your builds. And you know, this isn't just about me, it's about everyone. So yeah, jump onto the page, group, sorry, and join that. And until then, if you want to see more of the wagon or the builds that are going to come up in the future, because the wagon's obviously coming to an end, subscribe to the channel, leave a like, leave a comment, look up Shed Built Cars on Facebook, join that group, let me know what you're building. I'd really like to see it, that'd be cool. And until then, take it easy. And of course, if you want to see the lizard more, because we all want to see that. All right, take it easy.